That is
we do.
Ma'am, no, shut your fat pig mouth.
That's not very nice.
Now, ma'am, when the Lord is speaking to you, what does that say, ma'am? That means there is a judgment. There is a judgment, ma'am.
Terrible.
Ma'am, you don't get to impose morality because you don't know morality.
Kind of agreeing, don't you say?
Ma'am, you don't get to impose morality when you have no morality of your own.
You said, I asked you a question. You said that you would give me my tea.
Ma'am, how much have you been drinking today?
It doesn't matter how much I've been drinking.
So ma'am, you're drunk and you're sucking on the bottle. Please.
You said I could give my 2 pence.
Natty.
Well, Psalm 37 verse 10 says, in just a little while, and the wicked will be no more. Though you look carefully at his place, he will not be there.
Okay.
So, that means
Can I just say one thing? Can I just say one thing?
The wicked is going to be destroyed forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
You're articulating a theological position. I forget what it's called, where like there's not eternal damnation, but it's like like eventually they'll be extinguished. Okay, that's been rejected by Catholicism, but maybe this is Pope Francis said that he hopes that there's no one in hell, and there's never been anyone condemned except the hold on a minute. So actually, I agree with that. I agree with that, and like we should pray, and we shouldn't judge that anyone's going to end up in hell.
Actually said
but this doctrine is called like extinguishism or something like that. You could look into it, but like you're not obviously as a woman qualified to look into it. If you want to talk to a man who will actually,
I can read it and I can explain the whole bloody verse. I can explain the whole fucking chapter.
Oh,
Did you read the verse in the Bible that says women should not talk about this stuff and shut your effing fat mouth if you think you should?
Yeah, but Hannah was
Timothy.
Hannah was a prophet.
I got competent.
Grace and John were fighting. At one point, I gave them 2 knives and said, "Go ahead, kill yourself." I never peeped. But I did have a thing when I was going to school there because I'll admit I wasn't exact. I'm not the healthiest guy. I had issues, but we were in Cambridge, Mass, at a place that would be unprohibitively expensive now, but it was owned by the school. There was a building right across from us, and there was a family in the building, and there was I don't know, older. I'm gonna say she was in her 20s. This girl, and they wouldn't put the curtains down. And I would just be waiting for the girl to take her, to undress for the night. And I mean, that's terrible. But I did spend a lot of hours looking over there. You just sit there for hours. You're going like, oh, okay, come on, please.
On the side of caution when she's joking around with a 16-year-old girl, I mean, that's just obviously ridiculous. No.
What is being cautious with a 16-year-old?
Yeah, I mean, we're 2 girls. I mean, like the fact that
if we were talking, they could talk about like, is penis size important? Let's just say, right?
Ben, shut the fuck up.
You'll say this is provocative. I think a lot of the sexual predator priest stuff is overblown. I think a lot of those kids were gay kids.
Well, I think you're
I think 14-year-old whores who go on a mingle and are hoping to see a penis deserve to encounter porn.
I do think women are largely whores, but I wouldn't speak from my own experience. I've had several homosexual encounters, but I've not had any gay sex. Yeah. I got somewhat molested by a beautiful girl when I was visiting my friend Joe Shabatoni. I loved it. I mean, she was beautiful. I think of it.
Go off a tangent.
The fondling.
What's with the tangent?
Are you trying to say you got molested by a younger woman? Did you just?
No, she was old. She was old. His older sister. She was gorgeous.
Joe Sabatoni.
Yeah. And his mother sort of agreed with him. It was crazy. Totally crazy. Nothing to do with YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
He found some. Whatever. This is when his mother was. I mean, this isn't really like YouTube, right? So. He was convinced of this somehow. I think his mother was telling him. So he went through his sister's phone and she sent me something, a teenage girl will send something. Maybe it was a maybe it was an emoji of a
I think
eggplant.
phrase it was.
I really
Hey,
don't
can
know.
you come up here and bring that big dick with you? And
Yeah, right.
plant emojis.
Yeah.
I have no memory. I don't know.
Saying, I think I'm the most sexually normal guy in the world. I was told, I have someone who goes to my chat who's a 16-year-old girl, and I was told like it's really, really a problem. I was like, what would be the problem? I chat with her. I would meet her in person. I would tell a 6-year-old girl that her dress looked pretty.
Ben.
I'm a pedophile in the Greek sense, Mike. Lover of children. I love children, especially girls.
Oh, Ben.
I love children, especially little girls.
I think you should be less ambiguous about that.
And I like to, I guess you could call it flirting, flirt with little girls and say like how
Nope.
pretty they look.
I don't like that.
that's
I don't like
disgusting.
that. I don't like that.
Oh, I think that's your problem, guys. A normal man loves to flirt with a little girl and say,
You
"Are
said
you
you
a
like
little
to
girl?"
flirt with little girls. You fucking.
What is wrong with
It
him?
depends what you mean by flirt, but yeah, like flirt. Yeah, like say like, "Aren't you a pretty little girl?" Oh, my kids were little. I very much loved their little bodies, and I pinched their butts and all that stuff. That was very touchy feely. I think you're crazy if you're not, but I'm not.